Hi everyone, it's Farhan Dhalla here, spiritual personal trainer and angel therapist for your weekly angel card reading for May 28th, and with a bit of an energy forecast. Now I know I've been away from you for a while. I've had a lot going on with the passing of my father and my mother's hip injury. So nonetheless, I'm back and I'm eager to connect with you all. So thank you so much for every kind message, every word, thought, prayer, text message, email, prayers galore have been coming forth for us. And I can't thank you enough. So, that said, let's talk about what's been going on. We're full on into Mercury retrograde right now, and many of you must be having some of the impact of it, although at various degrees. But really, this period is designed for us to get more introspective, to slow our schedules down, and to take time out for ourselves. This is not the time we're supposed to be starting new projects or starting new jobs, signing contracts. Many of us perhaps are having communication issues. Text messages are being lost or being sent to the wrong person. Double check all of the things that you're sending. Make sure it's going to the person that you're intending, and that the emails are double checked because they can get lost as well at this time. I know a lot of my friends have been having issues with laptops and cell phones, and I am definitely not exempt from any of this. So, without further ado, I'm going to start with the angel cards for this week, and make note that there's a lot of guidance coming through to help us not only through Mercury retrograde, but some of the things that we're processing at a deeper level at this time. Card number one is the Creative Project card. Now, as I said before, this isn't a period for us to be starting new projects, but what the angels are suggesting at this time, if you pick this card, is to think about how you could become more creative in your existing life. How could you add more creativity in your existing job? How could you be more creative in your relationships? How could you be more creative in your life? And if you're having trouble with this, then definitely ask the angels for help with this. But the important thing about creativity is that what it does is create a pathway through which we can connect via prayer with the divine. Because when we get creative, what we're really allowing ourselves to do is open up our channels of receptivity and communication with the divine. It's just another pathway of prayer. Now, you don't have to become an artist to be creative, but if you already are, then definitely spend more time in your artwork. But if you're like me and you're not a sketcher or a drawer or a painter, one way you can get inspiration to become creative is to simply to listen to music that you like and just get lost into the sounds, into the lyrics, and block the intellect out and ask the angels to allow the sounds to help you become more open and receptive to divine inspiration. So, helping you to become more creative will also allow you to become more inspired and more passionate about your lives. In other words, what it also does is allow you to turn up the volume of your life so that you will feel things at a more greater intensity, things that make you feel good, that is. So that's card number one. If you pick card number two, this is the family card, and what the angels are saying is that the issues that you're having right now are deeply rooted in a family concern or matter. So, a lot of family stuff does surface during Mercury retrograde, so it's no coincidence that you're getting this card. And so it tends to intensify and almost put a microscope on some of these things that have been buried or put aside or haven't been dealt with. Um, and something like a death in the family, like we're going through, can certainly create a lot of emotions within family members. But in your case, it may be a relationship issue or something that you're going through with a parent. And so during this time, during the retrograde, is really an opportunity to start addressing these issues. And so if you're lost or feeling confused about where to start, then turn to prayer and definitely ask your angels for the right guidance, and they will be right there by your side. And trust me, I know this firsthand, especially everything that we've been going through in my family at this particular time. I have never known what strength is until I've gone through this process. And people keep asking me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And my answer to that is there is this force of strength that's coming through me or to me. I can't even describe it or explain it, but it's helping me carry through this process. And I'm allowing myself to lean on it, which means if it's available for me, it's available for everyone. You just have to be open and receptive to it, but more importantly, ask. Okay, so very sensitive time right now for a lot of people, especially with family matters, which brings me to the next card. And so, what the angels are saying in card number 3 is it is time for you to speak your truth in a gentle, kind, and loving way. Don't be concerned about the response or the reaction, but this is the time to speak. Open up your throat chakra and say what it is with a loving and compassionate place. So, not from the ego or pointing out, you did this, you were wrong, I told you so. That's not what they're talking about. Being assertive means speaking your truth, but also saying it in a compassionate and loving way, but also not being dependent on the way it is going to be received or not. Right? It's up to the other person to decide what they're going to do with what you have to say, but this is your time to speak your truth. This is the time, especially where the female energy is on the rise on our planet. In other words, the masculine and feminine energy is balancing out, and this is the time for those people who have, quote unquote, had their voice taken away or their power taken away. This is the time where all of that's shifting, and the energies are supporting you right now, and the angels are with you on this to finally speak your truth. Okay? It makes perfect sense right now that we're on the verge of perhaps having a female president. There's a lot of females right now in leadership positions in the world, in companies, and also within families and within the constructs of the dynamics. The female voice is starting to surface because guess what? They have a right to speak their truth just like everyone else. So I'm going to leave you with that message, and obviously there's a lot of food for thought in everything that I just talked about. And if you're interested in pursuing a dialogue even further, perhaps with getting a reading for myself, please feel free to inbox me or reach out to me on my website at farhandella.com. Always a pleasure. I love you all. Angel blessings. Till next week.